Hello, world, and happy Soul Food Sunday. This is Dr. Gadsden. I just want to come to you and share a moment with you. We've been embarked on this mission. I've been sharing with you a lot of information on this goal setting process. I've given you my ABRA, my ask, my believe, my receive, and then my act process. This ABRA process is something that touches everything. And I want you guys to know this process like the back of your hand so that you know what to do in certain situations. So the first thing in this ABRA process that I've shared with you is this whole ask part. So that means that you have to ask for things that you've always wanted, but not just anything and not just something that somebody else has or something that somebody else wants or something that somebody else has actually put value on. But what you need to ask for is those things that you hold close to your heart, those things that continue to pop up in your mind, and those things that actually feed your spirit. And those things that you know once you actually obtain them, you will actually get to that level and have that increase that you've always wanted. So that's the whole ask part of it. Because a lot of times what it is we're asking for the wrong things, or we don't even know what it is that we should be asking for. A lot of these things continue to pop in your mind, they continue to pop in your spirit, because those are the things that you should be asking for. So ask your higher power for those things. Whatever it is you believe in, whoever it is that you believe in, you have to ask for those things. And once you actually ask for it, you have to come with the belief that you can actually receive whatever it is that you haven't. You have to believe in this wholeheartedly. And from believing in it wholeheartedly, it has to fill you spiritually, and then it has to fill you mentally in order for you to start to take the steps forward that you actually need to take in order to obtain whatever it is that you've identified that you actually want to accomplish, or whatever it is that you actually want to obtain. The whole thing is that you have to paint a mental picture that you can refer to on a daily basis several times. A mental picture where this picture continues to be what you're daydreaming about. Because if you continue to dream about it and you continue to think about it, then you will be able to shift things and start to move things forward in order to obtain it, in order to reach it, in order to work towards it. But the whole thing is we fail to think about things, then we forget about the things that are important to us until we're jolted again by something that actually reminds us of what it is that we actually should be working on, what we should be working towards, and what's actually going to change the situation that we're in. And the most important thing about this change is that it is not only going to change you. It's going to change the people around you. It's going to change your family. It's going to change your relationships. And all of those things that it changes outwardly are simply a reflection of the things that you are changing internally. See, you have to understand this process that before things ever change externally, they have to first change internally. And one of those major things is your mind, body, and your spirit have to be in one accord, working on those things inside so that you can take the efforts outside and be able to achieve those things and have them manifest in your life so that you can actually obtain them. If those three things do not come into play and then you act on it, the problem is going to be is that those real difficult things, you're never, might not reach them. And the reason that you may not reach them is because all of these things are going to have to be in balance, working together to help you propel yourself up another notch and actually believe by building self-esteem, by building motivation that you can actually accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. See, when one part of you forgets, the other part of you has to remember. When one part of you is weak, the other part of you has to be strong. It has to be a three-trump process working together: mind, body, and spirit. This is what I'm sharing with you in my ABRA process. That is why I want you to be able to obtain this information, be able to use it in your life, and then when everybody sees what the change is in your life and all of those things that you're accomplishing, they're going to get excited for you, and then you'll be able to share it with them, and they'll get excited when things start to change in their life. Because that's the whole process of getting what we want. It's not to gather things and hoard them and keep them for yourself, but it's actually to gather things and obtain knowledge and then distribute that to your friends, your family, and your community so everybody increases. That's what it's all about. It's not about you. It's not about me. But what it is about is us all. And we can all take a step forward together. But at times, one person has to step forward with their belief system and be that spark and that catalyst for actual change to take place. This is your role. This is your time. It is your mission. That is why it is in your mind, body, and spirit. And that's why it continues to come up to you. Now, a lot of you are saying, how do I get started? This is not going to be an easy process. I've tried this before. It has not worked. I continue to outline information for you on my YouTube, on my Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. The major material is on Facebook. It's on the Instagram in the morning, where I want to keep you motivated, where I want to keep you knowing that you're able to move forward and do those things. So make sure that you're tuning in. And then the heavy stuff like these lessons are all found on YouTube, because it goes in depth, step by step, on the things that you need to do in order to promote this change in your life and reach those goals that you say that you actually want. If you don't have a plan, then you are planning to fail. Let me repeat that. If you don't have a plan, then you're planning to fail. So the next thing is receive. Receive, that means preparing your life, preparing those other people around you, and preparing yourself to receive whatever it is that you are saying that you are going to accomplish. Because if we don't prepare ourselves to receive whatever it is that we're saying that we want and that we're working towards, we will miss out on opportunities, and we will not recognize opportunities that are in our environment, that are around us, that are up close and personal, that can actually help us change and move forward. So it makes no sense to do all of this work, to get ready, and then to leave out the receive step. Because all that's going to happen is somebody is going to throw you a pass, they're going to throw you the football, and you're going to miss it and then drop it. So you have to prepare to receive. You have to take these steps. You have to put your life in order. You have to put your work in order. You have to have the 4 quadrants that I've talked about on YouTube in balance, so that you're not spending too much time at work. You're not spending too much time at leisure. You're not spending too much time spiritually. But that all of these things are actually balanced, where you're giving 25% of your time to the things that are most important, so that you're moving and you're increasing on all levels. It's no good to increase on one level and decrease on another level. It's going to make you lopsided. You're going to be unbalanced. The whole thing is you have to increase on levels and stay balanced, so that you can continue to move forward and motivate. And the last thing of this ABRA process is the act. I don't know how many of you are familiar or have actually heard of the lottery winners in the millionaire curse. There is actually something out there that's called that. Most of us think that if we win the lottery, then everything will be right. Our lives will be right. We will be transformed. We will be different. We will have everything that we've always wanted. For about 1% of people, that holds true. But for the 99% of people, it does not hold true. And the reason is that most people who win the lottery, they end up going broke, unfortunately, in a short period of time. The reason that they end up going broke is this whole act part of the ABRA process that I'm telling you about. What it is they continue, as Dr. Phil says, to take that old stinking thinking and they bring it from their old environment and they move it to their new environment. And what happens is, if you were a person that didn't know how to make money or didn't know how to manage the money that you were making, when you were maybe making $10,000 or $30,000 a year, when you are increased to a substantial amount of money and you have that exponential monetary growth, you will not know how to manage it. So if you are making $10,000 a year and you don't have anything to show for it at the end of the year, or you always feel that you're living paycheck to paycheck, part of that reason is because of your actions. Your actions are not balanced in a way that is going to help you save money and help you continue to grow. Why? Because you're unbalanced and you're overspending. This same process, and if you're living by these rules and then you win the lottery, it is the same exact thing that happens to people. You don't understand the principles and the rules of money, therefore these people go broke with that lack of understanding, unfortunately. So the whole thing is act. You have to look at your actions in every environment that you're in. The main environments are going to be, of course, work and home. That's where the majority of your time is spent, work and home. That is the majority of the place that you need to be reevaluating on what it is that you're actually doing there. How is it that you're carrying yourself? Are you always present? And when I mean present, are you actually there? Are you tuned in to the things that are actually taking place in your life? To the things that are actually going on at work? And then, are you simply reacting or are you responding? And the difference in those is just reacting is just doing what you need to do and going with the flow. But responding is actually analyzing it and thinking about what is actually going on and then taking steps to do the things that you need to do to help everyone else grow, but in turn to help yourself actually grow in this process also. Please continue to review this information. Continue to tune in every morning on my Instagram. I have inspirational messages there that is going to encourage you, that is going to feed you and fuel you so that you can actually make it through your day, so that your energy levels are up, so that your mind is clear, so that your spirit is grounded, and that you're able to press forward and reach these goals and these things that you said that you wanted. I know that you have the ability. I know that you have the talent. That's the reason that I'm here. If you feel that you have some other issues that are going on that are stopping you and preventing you from reaching goals and doing things that you want to do, I want to encourage you to go see a professional therapist that is around you and get that added help. A lot of times we think of this as being taboo. A lot of times we think that we can solve our own problems and our own issues. But sometimes, unfortunately, we cannot see the forest for the trees. And our eyes are actually blocked. This is an opportunity for you to move forward. This is your life. All of your time will be spent in it. You are capable, you are able to accomplish and to grab whatever it is that you've outlined. Make sure that you're out there and that you're taking care of yourself so that you can take care of others.